This is the 12th installment of Tape Talk. I'm Steel Chambers, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, people. It's November football. It's college football's witching hour. This is where teams prove to the country what kind of resilience and resolve they have, and that was never more true than this weekend in Athens, Georgia. The Georgia Bulldogs cooking up a steak dinner as they take down the Texas Longhorns in an absolute ass-beating. So, let's get to the tape. Offensive coordinator Mike Bobo does a fantastic job utilizing motions to confuse the Texas secondary and get them out of position with miscommunication. Here he sends a jet motion that gets the secondary to roll their coverage away from where the ball is really going. Under center on the left hash, that's usually a big boot tail, but Texas doesn't recognize this. Stockton runs a boot to the field and they're going to run a two-man sail concept. The tight end comes across the formation to the flat while the cut receiver fakes a drag across and then bends it to run a corner. Usually this concept is run with 3 receivers, but only 2 are needed here. The early motion is enough to get the secondary to rotate out of their zones hard to the motion, and it gives Noah Thomas the ability to get outside the deep man where Stockton finds him for the first touchdown of the game. Now with this Georgia defense, there were about 4 or 5 sequences of seeing Arch Manning frolicking around the beach in his little Viore commercials, and then 20 seconds later, whenever you're back watching the game, he's getting assaulted by a pack of wild dogs. This isn't even a blitz here. This is a simple 2-man tech stunt to the boundary. A tech stunt is where the defensive tackle picks the tackle and the defensive end wraps inside. But where Texas really fucks up is in their protection. Without going on a 5-minute tangent on offensive line protections, Texas fans to the field, meaning they're zone blocking with these 3 men away and man blocking with the 2 linemen away from the fan call. With it being man blocks to the stunt, it makes it easy for the defensive lineman to pick and then ricochet inside and get the QB off the spot. Once Arch is running for his life, the opposite DN hunts him down, tracks him down for a sack, and forces Texas to rethink even trying for points at the end of the half. Before shit really got nasty in the fourth quarter, this Texas defense was putting up a fight and doing everything they could to try to keep themselves in this game. This is just a great play by the linebacker here, playing the hook curl in a cover 3 zone. He doesn't get much depth in his drop, but he's really reading Gunnar Stockton's eyes. He feels the receiver's presence coming in behind him, along with the QB's eyes, then he flips his hips inside to cut off the crosser for the interception. This just gives Texas a huge jolt and offers their struggling offense great field position and leads to their first touchdown of the entire game. Now this right here is where Kirby Smart and Mike Bobo decide to lay their bare meat on the table and show what a real championship team looks like. It's 4th and 1 in their own territory, and instead of punting it away, they're going to put in their girth personnel. Everyone thinks it's going to be a classic Georgia football, bite down, move men forward. But this Mike Bobo offense, it's evolving. Instead, they're just going to run a fake trap run to their fullback that pulls the linebackers up to the line of scrimmage and then run the running back fast to the flat. We used to call that razor at Ohio State. But they're not just going to do that and hope for the best. They're going to use this tight end and run a go route in order to clear out the corner who's the only guy who could guard this. They convert, and from here, it's just a red and black avalanche the rest of the game. After a couple gutsy 4th down conversions, they get Sanford Stadium rocking with the Bulldog Classic. Texas is playing man-to-man, but more motions from Bobo causes communication issues in the back end. The short motion from the tight end gets the safety thinking he and the corner have changed men. They run switch verticals, and both of them end up on the tight end, and they leave the receiver streaking on the seam. The safety might be in the right here, but this is just the importance of communication whenever it comes to defense. Georgia being Georgia, of course, throws a fake little toss, and then Stockton sees the busted coverage and throws a laser for a touchdown before anyone can come over the top and help. And then this right here was just the icing on the cake. This just proves how much of a sick bastard Kirby Smart is. Only up a couple scores, he goes for the onside kick and then recovers it. From here, it was just belt to ass the rest of the game. You're not going to watch a Bulldog game without seeing them give their tight ends a little bit of love. Down in the red zone, they've got their beef in the game, and if you're Texas, you've got to be smarter, and you got to know that this offense has wrinkles in it, and they're not just going to line up and run the ball in these big personnels. But sometimes, if you want to teach someone something, they've got to learn shit the hard way. They double sift their tight ends, and Stockton fakes the dive, tucks it, and it looks like he's going to get some lead blocking for an outside run. This sucks up the Texas defense, and Lawson Lucky leaks behind them for an easy pitch and catch touchdown. Now, if you saw his story with his brother earlier on College Game Day, then you can't feel anything but joy for this kid with the way he's playing. Showing the rest of this game would probably violate some kind of social media parameters with how ugly it got, but just know it got worse from here. Between the penalties and the constant harassment on Arch Manning, Texas really had no shot in this game. We all knew that. And then Georgia, even though they started the year off really slow, they're starting to play better now. They're looking like the best team in the SEC right now. You've got other guys like Alabama, Texas A&M. They're showing that they have weaknesses and that they can bleed. So if this Georgia team can turn it on at the right time at the end of the season, you might be seeing a new SEC champ down south. So we only got a few more months left of this. Please tune in before the long night starts and we have to wait another 8 months of football. So keep tuning in. Love doing this for you guys. Thank you.